Alright guys, this is case one of our two case break tonight. Two Bowman hobby cases. I've had these cases, man, I don't know how long. A couple of years anyway. Just sitting here collecting dust. For a long while they were losing money. And then for a while they broke even, and then they went up, and then they went back down, and then they went up, and then. But I figure now's the best time probably to break them, seeing as they're higher now than they've been probably since release. I mean, this is the best they've been probably since they were released. I'm sure Devers got hot at one point, and they were doing pretty well, but. This is the hottest I remember them being. Of course, you got Severino, Albies, and Devers in them now. Well, you always had them, but they're all doing well at the same time. I have another break, my last just regular hobby case, not Asia. It doesn't have the black refractors, it just has regular chrome. That's the only difference, is you don't have the black refractors. Devers, Greg Bird, you've got Correa in this. Oh wow, look at that, first auto. Nice card. Nice card for the Yankees. Jiley, will you get my phone? I think I left it in the car. My phone and my wallet. So, good start. Hey. I don't know. I figured I'd be able to fill one. But I was kind of surprised that they both filled. I mean, they filled in 7 minutes. 60 spots in 7 minutes. Part of it, I think, is probably I didn't have the button working. And I think that maybe built interest. I don't know. Because everybody saw. I mean, we had a whole page worth of people saying they wanted in. So that probably helped. But there's another one up for tomorrow that still has spots. Not too many, but still has some spots. Marcus Molina. Byron Buxton. Yasmani Tomas. Did you lock it again, honey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I locked your car though.
Carlos Correa. Miguel Sano, purple refractor. tweeted the Severino out. Yeah, man, Severino's prices are crazy. Bowers, that's another good card. David Dahl. Yeah, there's a couple other guys. The Cubs have a couple nice names. Paul Goldschmidt, blue paper. But they're both rookies. They've got Baez and Soler. You've got the Bowers guy I just showed you. He's a Padre in this. Jose De Leon's in it. Jorge Mateo, his first auto's in it. Seems like I'm missing Schwarber. Schwarber's got an auto. It was one of the first times that they carried over an auto. Yeah, I did a break. It's probably been a year now, where we were looking for Devers, and we actually pulled in orange Devers. I was like, when do you open a case and then hit the orange of the guy you say you're looking for? Chris Bryant, black refractor. It's a nice Chris Bryant prospect card. Correa's in here too. No, but Devers is still a pretty good card. Jose Abreu, and Devers will turn it around. He's one hell of a player. But for the longest time, Devers was it, you know? That was the only card. Yeah, Severino's pretty common card. DeGrom. Devers. I like Devers over Benintendi, but I like Benintendi too. You know who else is in this that actually sold some cases for a while? Aaron Judge has a mini auto. And people would break this as the cheap alternative. You know, the odds of hitting his auto, the odds of hitting a mini auto are pretty close to 1 per case. I'd say it's pretty close to 1 per case. But there's so many guys on the checklist, you know? So the odds of actually hitting the Judge are... I probably did that last time, so let's do this time. Oh yeah, Severino's a monster right now. Pitchers just make me nervous. Bonus card here. I was surprised I had any cases left, but I ended up, I had 2 Asia, and then I thought, you know, I'll do the 2 Asia. I figured I'd do 1 tonight, 1 tomorrow, and then I would break it up with something else, and then do the non-Asia case. Jose Rondon, that was a big card at the time. Orlando Arcia's in this too. He's got an auto in here too. It's another good one. Albies, black refractor. It's a nice card. Got a gold. Greg Bird. Sell Judge, buy Bird. Jose Peraza, gold refractor. Jake Bowers, red paper. It's a nice card. Asia red paper, but red paper. Jake Johansson to 50. Nice. We're going on vacation the week of the National. We'll be there for like a day. Bernie Williams. Or 2. Probably be there Friday, Saturday, fly out Sunday morning. Yeah, it does take a while to bust a case. We're going to Washington. I took the kids to Washington last year, the 2 boys that were at the National with me. And this year I've got the Devers red paper. I've got a couple people living with me, so we've got 2 of our god kids moved in for the summer, so they're coming with us. Kyle Schwarber, black refractor. Manny Machado, and they've never been to Washington, so the boys were like, "Let's go back," and I was like, "Well, we can go somewhere else," but they were like, "Let's go back," so. I'm going to go back to Washington for a little while, a few days, and then from Washington, we're going to go to Cleveland. Yep, they are going to the VIP party. I'm going to need 5 tickets to the VIP party. I'm spending $35,000 on VIP. That's not really true because Blowout will give me a ticket for free. And then hopefully Panini will give me 2 non-prize passes for the 2 boys. And then I'll have to buy 2 tickets for the older 2. But, hopefully I can get them for $6,000. But Blowout always gives me 1 ticket every year. Severino, black refractor. So yeah, there's going to be 5 of us at the party this year. John Gray. So I might have to buy $7,000 worth of stuff in order to get them in. Yasmani. No, but I think I would. There's a guy I'd be shocked if he wasn't there. Cleveland's #1 draft pick, the Cleveland Browns. If he's not there, I'll be surprised. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Baker Mayfield, that's right. Yep. I have not heard any whispers, no word, but I would be surprised if he's not there. But if he's not signing for Panini, then he's probably not going to be there. But if he's doing signings for Panini, I bet they probably signed him to come. That's my guess, but I mean, there's going to be a lot of people there. They usually have like 8 guys or so. Yeah, I'll get 3 swag bags. Just myself. Last year I didn't move my swag bags because I waited for Blowout to run all their swag bag breaks. And I ended up not, losing out. So I'm going to run mine first. And then I'll run Blowouts. That's a nice card. Kyle Schwarber, 16 of 50 for the Cubs. Yeah. Oh, they'll be maybe Sunday night. I fly back Sunday, so I might do it Sunday night. Yeah, that'll be fun. And that'll help me offset what I had to pay to go to the party. Usually you can get $3,000, at least $3,000 out of your ticket. Christian Walker for the Orioles. I don't know how he's doing this year, but that's not a bad hit. And then Blowout will have like 7 or more swag bags themselves without me. So, I'll probably do 10 swag bag breaks is my guess. Domingo German, sure. Yep, I'll save you a spot. I got to count up how many packs we have, really, is all it is. I got to break up the packs. Which format did you like the best? Where it was random packs, and then there were the big spots like the boxes and stuff like that. Yeah, some of the boxes were horrible products. Wasn't it called the Super VIP? I think that's what it was, right? Christian Walker, rookie auto for the Orioles. I think it was Super VIP. I wonder if they've announced it yet. The Devers, Black Refractor. Those were more expensive, if I remember correctly. But again, they were worth it. They were worth the extra. Carlos Rodon. That's not shabby. It's the overall #1 pick, right? 3rd overall pick. Of course, I don't know what he's doing right now. He might not be. Dang, I forgot all about that. I gotta look into what this, if they're doing Super VIP again. Nothing yet? Okay. Alright. Chris Bryant red paper. That's a nice card. They're not numbered, but they're twice as rare as the black waves are. Yeah, Rusney. Moises Alou. Ozzy Albies, black refractor. I pull those out because that's the first Bowman card of Albies, whereas Severino and Devers both had Bowman cards in 14 draft. Yimi Garcia, Dodgers. Yeah, and Castillo was such a rare card to hit, too. And when you finally hit one, you were like, yeah. Then you're like, no. Ty Black. Drew Ward, gold paper. Hey Jamie, what's happening? Chris Bryant, black refractor. Alex Reyes, black wave. Ozzy Albies, top 100. 73. Little off center, though. I think some people were selling tickets, but I'm pretty sure you had to buy product to actually get the ticket from Panini. But then some places like Blowout and Steel City were selling just the ticket because they had already bought the product. Does that make sense? I'm pretty sure, but maybe not. Maybe they did change it up. It's definitely worth $3,500, but you know, normally you could have gotten in for 25, $3 grand. And the Super VIP was probably $7. The VIP party is the most fun I have every year. I mean, hands down, the most fun. I wish Topps would do something like it. Maybe Topps does, I don't know. But I've been part of the 5-star club. I bust more Bowman product than any single person out there, and I've never heard of Topps doing anything anywhere near what Panini does. But they did send me to the All-Star game last year. But it wasn't really Topps. Topps gave it to Blowout, and then Blowout sent me Luis Severino. You know. Hey, $3,500 is a steal. You're gonna make that back just in your packs, and then everything else is gravy. Juan Gonzalez. I was really disappointed that they said I could go to the All-Star game and then suddenly I couldn't. It kind of bummed me out, you know. Well, the packs alone would be worth about $3 grand, just the packs. Maybe $5 grand if you can move them immediately. Carlos Correa, red paper. And then there's other things too. So Cliff Lee, blue paper. No, just didn't bring it up again. just no word, nothing. Which is a shame, because if I had known in advance they weren't going to do it, I probably would have gone myself. But by the time it came around to me knowing they weren't going to do it, it was too late. I mean, I could still go, but you know. Last year I was able to drive. It was in Miami. Jorge Soler, refractor auto to $4.99. Nice card for the Cubs. Yep. Yeah, the artwork, probably $500 when it finally showed up, but you know, it took a long while for that to get here. But probably $5 grand or $500 for the artwork. Some people valued it at closer to $2 grand, but I don't know if Kevin Durant's that hot right now. Then the packs, $3 grand to $5 grand in packs, but you got to move them fast. And then the black boxes are probably $500. The super VIP black boxes are going to be $1,000. Unopened. $1,000. Is what they were last year, pretty much. But you never really know how many you're going to get either. It's, you know, it's kind of a guesstimate until you actually have everything sitting in front of you. I think last year you got 400 gold packs. You know, that's the super VIP. You got 400 gold packs, but I think they only promised you 200. But you know, at $15 a pop, that's $6 grand of your $7,000 ticket price. At $10 a pop, that's $4 grand. You know, so. You know, that's a tough say. And I don't know necessarily if they're even going to do artwork this year. But maybe, you know, maybe. But last year there was supposed to be shoes and jackets and stuff like that that never materialized, at least not yet. You know, and it's been a year. Opening them is fun too. You just got to move them fast, because you know a lot of those cards end up being just worthless the longer it gets. You know, but the chrome cards are really nice. The gold packs have chrome cards, and the silver packs have paper cards. And man, those gold cards go fast right out the gate. And then after that, you just send them to check out my cards. You just send them there. Yeah, the patches are really nice. Yeah, the redemptions are kind of pain in the ass too. Because if you don't redeem them on site, you know, it's hard to get it. I mean, they still send it to people, but it was harder. If you get a redemption immediately, you can just walk up and get it. You might get a baseball. You might get a signed basketball. You know, you just... It might be an 8x10 with 3 different autos on it. You never know. Yeah. Blowout had to jump through a lot of hoops. Severino, black refractor. And it was cool of them to do it, as long as you contacted them by the deadline. And they just sent everything over at once. Correa, black refractor. Alright guys, so this is the halfway point. It only took us half an hour. Half an hour. Yeah, well, that makes sense. I can't tell you how many redemptions I found the other day. Just that just completely expired. 6-time auto, hexagraph auto I found from like Topps 5-star. I never redeemed it. Oh, that's large. That's not what I want. These are thick. I gotta get rid of this. Hold on, I'll be right back. Matter of fact, I've got a redemption sitting right here. I wonder if it's expired. 9/30/2018, so not yet. But probably the next time I look at it, it will have expired. Monty Harrison, I want to say that's a Brewer. Let me look real quick. Brendan Rodgers, high tech auto. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Brewers. No, it's Marlins. Monty Harrison was Marlins at the time. Did he get drafted by the Marlins? Was he drafted by the Brewers? I wonder if the team's wrong. Miami just got him? Oh, all American autos updated in 2018. Yeah, we definitely got to go with the Brewers. Yeah, I see where it says that they changed it on there. But yeah, we got to go with the original team. anyway, that's 6 boxes. 6 more, well, 18 more to be exact, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that I think I actually opened the high tech because I couldn't sell it, so I just opened it. I've got some football redemptions laying over here too. Hold on. I've got Jared Davis and Adoree Jackson and Brendan Rodgers. I should run a giveaway or something. I have trouble with football if it's a product that gets kind of hot fast because people don't really come to me for football. So when I break it, it's too random, really, to fill well usually. You know, I only do a little bit of football every year and a little bit of basketball. Moise Salud. But I think high tech, I had a hell of a time filling that. So I think the last case I just opened it. And then the football ones were like optic. Contenders optic, something like that. Yeah, those were frustrating because I think it's a different kind of clientele than group breaks. You know, it's guys that want the set. Silver, Chris Bryant. I might try to revisit that one at a lower price. Because I think Blowout has him in, or should have him in. Jake Bauers refractor for the Padres. That's a good auto. It's a good card. Yeah, it sold out right away from Topps. think what hurts those is blowout comes in at, you know, at market price a little bit lower than what you see on eBay. Aussie Albies black, and people get offended because they're like, well, you know, you just bought them for $70 or $75 or whatever they were, and now, you know, you want 150, and it's like, well, that's the going rate, but you just bought them for 70. Yeah, but you know, now they're going for 150, you know, or 160 or whatever the hell they're going for. And they get mad. They're like, well, I'm not giving you all that profit. Well, you know, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to not sell it at, you know, going rate? That's the thing. And it's still lower, you know, I mean, they don't even sell it at going rate. If it's going for, you know, it's usually 10 to 20% lower than whatever eBay is currently selling at. You know, not even what it's listed at, but what it's selling at. But man, they get mad. And then they think it's my profit, right? They're like, well, I'm not giving you $2,000 for, you know, just opening, you know, 20 sets. And I'm like, it's not my money. It's Blowout's money. Well, why do they got to make that money? Well, they're a business. That's what they do. You know, it's like, you can't explain it because they're like, no, you can't make that money. Yeah, well, they buy them, and then they, you know, they check eBay, and then they go just a little bit lower than eBay. So that's kind of why I don't push those as much, because, you know, I don't want to argue about how much Blowout makes on a hot product that they were able to, you know, buy 100 sets of or whatever. Devers, Black Wave. Lonnie Chisenhall. I don't know how to make an air conditioner. That's funny. So far, so good. Yeah, so far, so good. Haven't had any issues. I keep it on, though, instead of, you know, turning it on every day. I just put it to 80 degrees, and then when we come in, we drop it down. That's funny. Being from Florida, we don't really get anybody making a run on snow shovels. Juan Herrera, blue auto to 150. I've got another old Bowman case that I'm gonna run. I don't want to put it up until this one I have up right now fills. But I've got a 2012 Bowman Chrome hobby case. That's going to be fun. You know, that'll be fun. Harper rookies, and, you know, I know he's not doing too great right now, but wow, look at that card. Holy smokes. During hurricanes, I've seen people fight at the gas pump. But that's probably our equivalent. Buying water and supplies for the hurricane. Batteries. Batteries, water, and gasoline. Those are the three things that go the fastest during hurricane season. Yeah, I don't know if a hurricane in Virginia is as bad as one coming off the Gulf, though. Of course, that's where you still get it pretty direct. Man, those suckers hit you, and they're talking about your area is going to be 15 feet underwater. This is very disconcerting. And then it didn't happen, but man, everybody's thinking about Katrina. Oh my gosh. Oof. Irma hit land, and man, they went from a 5 to a 1 in like 20 minutes. It was crazy. Yeah, there's quite a few parts here that are below sea level too, or at sea level. Verdugo, it's a nice card. Black Wave. Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant, Black Wave. Nice card. This? Oh, the 2012? I bought it about a month ago. Yeah, you Darvish, Harper, a couple other guys. But it's basically Harper. You know, you just want the Nationals. If you don't get the Nationals, you're pretty much Tim Berry. And Harper's card is really rare too. His auto. His rookie card's not rare. And since it's Bowman Chrome, it'll be a Chrome rookie card too. As a matter of fact, I think other than Topps Chrome, it's his first Chrome rookie card. So that's a nice card, you know. Severino. Yeah, and that's Solar's prospect too. Castellanos, that's the other one I was thinking of. Mazzara. Isn't Mazzara in there for the Rangers? Nomar Mazzara? Yeah. Ozzy Albies. Yeah, remember Billy Hamilton was the card at the time, man. I think I sold his Blue Wave auto for like $400. Yeah. Yes, he is good on the bases, that is for sure. Carlos Asueje for the Red Sox, not the Red Sox you were looking for. I was hoping for a gold or better, but so far we just have a blue, a paper, a blue, a purple, and an Aflac. Yeah, I saw that. I read that thread. Yeah, there's still a chance. Chris Bryant. We haven't had a mini auto either. Usually there's one, but not always. All right, 2 boxes. This is pretty much about what you get. I mean, you got to figure each one of these is a black refractor. You know, so all your base chrome is black refractors. But generally there's, you know, a blue or a purple. Adrian Rondon. It's a nice card. 26 out of 50. Nice name. Lindor mini. This is back before they started churning color out left and right. Actually, to solve the color problem, what they did this year is the minis. You know, so you usually hit a couple mini colors. You know, a gold mini or a blue mini or a purple mini. You would hit those, and those were kind of to help make up for your missing color. Yeah, nowadays there's too much, yeah. I did 3 10-case breaks of this product on release, which was pretty big back then. No, 2012, sorry. I was thinking of 2012. 2015, I did a 100-caser of this. But the 2012 Bowman Chrome that will bust this week, maybe early next week. I did 3 10-casers of it. Yeah, the Cubs are a good spot. Brian alone. I mean, it's one of his last prospect cards, but it's still a Brian prospect card. Ugh. Chad Pinder, Oakland. Yeah. And we've only hit one of the, well, if you count Soler, we've hit 2, but we've only hit one of the, you know, big names. Just that Severino in the first pack. So no Albies, no Devers. Which is weird because Albies drops like, you know. So does Severino. like to. They're pretty hard to hit in Asia. They're pretty hard to hit in 2015 altogether. Domingo German, but in this product they're hard to hit in Asia too. They've really printed a lot of this. This 2014 draft, 2015 draft, 2015 Bowman, man, they. All right, guys, last box. Yeah, the Schwarber did. Yasmani Tomas. Ozzy Albies. Sabathia Silver Paper. That was all Yankees. Greg Bird, Nelson Gomez, and Bernie Sanders. Bernie Williams. Yeah, you know, Bernie Sanders, the Yankee. Gary Sanchez, purple paper. Devers, black refractor. Orlando Arcia, purple mini. Mike Folty, that's your last auto. Astros. Bryant. Devers. Top 100. And that's it, guys. Case 1. All right, so non-auto, you got Henry Owens, Chris Bryant, Orlando Arcia, Ozzie Albies, Domingo German, Adrian Rondon, Chris Bryant, Ozzie Albies, Chris Bryant, Black Wave, Chris Bryant, Rafael Devers, Black Wave, Ozzie Albies, Chris Bryant, Silver Paper, Austin Jackson, a 50, Carlos Correa, Luis Severino, Red Paper, Chris Bryant, Drew Ward, Ozzie Albies, Chris Bryant, Red Paper, Schwarber, Devers, Red Paper, Jake Johansson, Jose Peraza, Albies, Bryant, Miguel Sano, and Jose Rondon. So for Bryant, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black refractors, a red paper, a silver paper, and a black wave. It's not bad. Not bad. Plus an auto in here too. Fulte, Chad Pinder, Asueje, Tim Berry, Blue Juan Herrera, Jake Bowers refractor, Monty Harrison, Jorge Soler refractor auto, Rondon purple, Christian Walker, Tyler Wagner, and Severino base auto. All right, guys, let me save your video. All right, that's uploading. Yep. I got to do it again. I got to do better than that. I mean, geez, that was a pretty bad case, to be honest with you. I mean, there were some good teams, you know, but, oof. Shit. Yes. Yeah. Assumably, this is my last one. My last cases are historically usually really good. So let's see. All right, everybody. This is case 2. Case 1 is over. Since it's over, it had a Severino auto, a Soler auto. That was pretty much it. It wasn't the best case ever. That Severino auto paid for a chunk of it, though, but still. Let's see what else we can do. Yeah. guy tell me, get ready for hell. He said he had so many usernames. So anytime somebody tells me that, I go and check, and he had another username, but it hadn't been approved yet. So I approved it, and then I banned it. He told me, get ready for hell. What's about to happen is your fault. And then later on, he was like, I'm a victim. People are mean to me. Which is it? Yeah, I guess he said he was going to use all of his usernames that night to Jock Peterson, Silver Paper Rookie, to attack the forum in an anonymous attack, like uppercase A anonymous. And it was all, we are going to get you for what you've done. And then when I called him out about it, he was like, why are you being so mean to me? All of a sudden it was back to, singular him, and he was the victim. It was crazy. Ozzy Albies. Here, I gotta find it. I'll link you guys to it because it was pretty funny, to be honest with you. It was funny. Let me see here. It was in members feedback. Paul Walker the Thief. That's funny. I used to tell everybody that Hester was the guy that was on that Storage Wars. Here, it's the comments on this video. So comments on that video from this thread, and you'll see what I mean. Yeah, he was gonna. He said I was a hacker and a drug dealer. I was like, dang. I branch out. I diversify. I was the hacker, but he was from Anonymous. Devers. David Dahl, purple. Mini. Right? Oh, he got worse. Some of the other stuff that he said got flagged by YouTube. And I was going to approve it anyway, but I decided not to. Because you can actually go in and approve comments that YouTube themselves block. Probably through an automatic software is my guess. So a lot of the times when he was getting really bad, they just blocked it automatically. But Carlos Correa Red Paper, where he says about how somebody came in and Domingo German, and they sent him a threat and said they were my hitman or bodyguard or something like that. He had written that same exact message prior to that, but it got blocked by YouTube. So when he rewrote it, he couldn't remember all the details because it's kind of a long little thing. And so he changed it, like the name was different and the email address was different. So I almost screenshot that one just to prove he was a liar. But I was like, if it takes that to prove he's a liar to anybody, you know, I mean, if anybody's on the fence at this point. I was like, no, I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave them there. And then I could actually delete all of those, but I never did because, I mean, what was the point? But yeah, if you click where it says view all replies, and he's like stolen cards I've had in my collection. I thought that was hysterical because I don't have a collection, you know, and unless there's some stolen Mikey Matooks rolling around or Richie Schaefer cards, you know, I thought that one was probably the funniest thing he said. I got stolen cards that I've from my collection. all those Mikey Matooks and Richie Schaefer hot commodities that are moving around. That still makes me laugh. Albert Almora, $2.99, 26 and 99 for the Cubs. Die cut Albert Almora. Yeah, I had to laugh. Chris Bryant, Black Refractor. Anthony Rizzo, another Cub, to 50. No, not for very long, but sometimes they'll build up their feedback and then they'll suddenly hit a bunch of people at once for gift or for trades. Yeah, you can ask me about the indie thing. I know what I did and why I did, so I can answer anything about that. That's not a problem. But that's the only thing I've seen lately is somebody will build up some feedback and then suddenly they'll start trading high-end cards and then just disappear. And there's really not a lot I can do about it, you know. And the other one is, you know, they'll do a bunch of trades or a bunch of transactions and then suddenly they want gift. And then they'll just disappear and not ship. And again, there's very little I can do about it. I mean, if you use your credit card, you can actually go in and file a claim through your credit card. But other than that, my hands are pretty much tied. So what's your question about the indie thing? I know the same thing happens to me. Yeah, the exact same thing happens to me. That's why I do it too. That's why I asked for $1. I did a Father's Day group break and it was $1. Now that's a nice card. Orlando Arcia for the Brewers. That is a nice hit right there. Purple auto. Not one of the 3 biggest names, but if you went for name number 4, it would be Orlando Arcia, I think. You know, that's just a hell of a nice card. Nice Brewers hit right there. Well, I think it's worse than making a mistake. But I don't think it's quite shady. Does that make sense? This is what I think happened. Well, what I pretty sure happened. He just got behind. He couldn't keep up. He wasn't organized. He couldn't keep up with what was going on, and he fell behind. Now, did he do the press, or didn't he? I don't know. I don't know if he did. The evidence shown saying he didn't, I don't think is conclusive. Indy's words saying he did, I don't think is good enough anymore. So I don't know if he did the press or not. I would incline towards he didn't, but I don't know. So the issue that I had with it was, one, is kind of blaming everyone else. I didn't like that, but you know, what are you going to do? And not really taking ownership. I mean, he did take ownership, but it was always sideways. You know, it was like, I'm taking ownership, but it's still your fault. You know, a lot of that kind of thing going on. Blue Jose Urena, blue mini. At the end of the day, the way I saw it was this. It didn't happen on our site, Rob Kaminsky. I mean, they were going through his site. But if the guy wanted to leave him a negative, I thought it was justifiable because he's got that thread on our site. And then Indy's neg was removed. For his, what helped him is he requested it removed before we got any kind of report on it. So that helped him, but at the end of the day, I still suspended him for it. But I didn't know really what else more I could do, you know. I mean, he got the negative, and he got suspended. But you know, I don't really think he's a scammer. I just think he was in over his head, and he handled it really bad. Yeah, it was a really bad decision. It was a really bad decision. I almost said he can't run the gradings on the site anymore. I almost came to that decision. The reason I didn't is because his reputation is either ruined in your mind or it's not. And there are people that are still going to want to deal with him, and he's really the only guy offering the service. So if having read that you still want to deal with him, and there's a lot of them that do, then that's okay. Because I don't think he's a scammer. But if you don't, you know, if that negative and that call out thread's enough to, you know, lose your business, then you don't deal with him, you know. So that's why I left it at that. But we do have a thread on it, and you know, he's definitely, I don't want to say he's on probation, but if anything like that happens again, I won't let him use the marketplace if we keep him at all. But he's been overall a very positive contributor to the comics section. No, I didn't. I suspended him and let it go at that. He did say that he's not going to run those through Blowout anymore. He's only going to do them on his website. So at that point, he really can't promote his website. We've let him promote his website a little bit. And he's also been able to run, basically comic book breaks without having to worry about, being a breaker, because, it's really not, it's almost like running a BGS or a PSA group sub, it's basically that, where we don't have any control over it. We can't, at the end of the day, we couldn't say, give them their stuff back, because there's no way to file a claim. It's kind of a really difficult situation if you ever have somebody that goes rogue. And I don't think he did that. I just think he got in over his head. No, it's not a competitor to Blowout at this time. Juan Herrera, refractor auto. Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I've seen it occasionally. But again, at the end of the day, I think he's a positive contributor to the site. I just think his people skills aren't very good, and when he's under duress, they're worse. He doesn't handle conflict very well on the forum. He hasn't really had to, so. But, you've got to be able to eat it when you're wrong. You got to be able to just eat it when you're wrong. And yeah, there's going to be people that are going to rub your face in it, but if you're wrong, just wear it. You come out looking a lot better if you can wear it with integrity, than just having to battle it. Now, I'm not opposed to battling. I'll battle if I think I'm right. And I'll paint the other person into a corner where they either have to prove it or they have to kick rocks. I'll do that in a heartbeat. But, I'm as wrong as the next guy. I make as many mistakes as the next guy, so you just got to eat it when it happens. Yeah, there's probably a specific way to ship comics that I'm really nervous about shipping comics. Matt Garza. I actually buy these comic mailers, and I can get them to fit in a legal sized priority envelope. You gotta order them online, but they're just like the flat cardboard priority mailers, but they're legal sized. And I can get a good set of comics in those. Yeah, that really should have done it. That's how I'd have shipped them. That's exactly how I'd have shipped them. You can make your own comic. Actually, he created the guide on how to make your own comic book mailers, but you have to destroy priority mail envelopes or priority mail boxes to do it, which is why people complained about it. But it was a good guide on how to do it. Yeah, I've got a lot too. I've got a lot from my dad. So I've got a bunch of, Spider-Man and Ozzy Albies and X-Men and stuff from the 70s and 80s that it's just sitting there. I just don't have the time or the inclination, to be honest with you. But I sold a bunch of it. Like I sold the Hulk's first appearance. I sold that. I sold the Punisher's first appearance in Spider-Man. I sold the death of Gwen Stacy. I sold that already. Carlos Rodin, so we hit color of him in both breaks. So there's a blue and a purple. So let's see if we can get a gold in this one. Yeah, we've done that a lot, especially lately. For some reason, I'm on a string of just bad shipping. My Walking Dead first copy was a reader, so it's not in very good condition. I read it, and then my godson read it, and then his roommate in college read it, and then it went downhill from there. I've got a bunch of the Walking Dead like first appearances of so and so, but I read them all. Yeah, it was my staff, and I cleaned house. The middle of last month, I cleaned house. We had brought this new lady on. I had a lady working for me for the last few years. Wow, look at that. Red Mini Auto Jorge Soler. 2 of 5. It's a nice card. We had brought this lady on who was a close friend of the family. And met her actually through Leonese, to be honest with you. Mejia Refractor, and she eventually she needed help, and she was like, can you hire my friend? And I was like, I don't really hire people I don't know. But, she kept saying, I need help. So finally, eventually, I hired her friend. And it was fine, but I didn't like her friend being there when nobody was there. I just wanted her to be there and help her. And then, so once things slowed down, I said, we need to tell your friend that we don't have the hours for her right now. And she got really mad. And she was like, why don't you let one of the other employees go? And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I just cleaned house. I said, I don't want the drama, and I'm damn sure not going to pay somebody to give me drama. And I cleaned house completely. Every single person, I let him go. So I blame Brian because he went to UPS, and then everything went to hell. So Brian's wife actually helps me, and then my 2 god kids that moved in with me, they help. So between the 4 of us, we get it all done. But she's new. Brian's wife, she worked for me before. She even did a break once before. I don't know if you remember her, Chaz. She did a break, but it's been years. And but she does all my shipping, so being new, she makes a couple mistakes. Nothing huge. One cost me $20 to fix. This last one I think is going to cost me probably $199. I think I have to refund the whole break. So that's a little expensive, but it's a lot easier when somebody says, "Hey, I got these cards." Than when I have to go and say, "Hey, did anybody get these?" Nobody says anything. So every once in a while, that'll happen. That'll be enough until draft. When draft comes out, I'm going to need some help. I've got Topps Chrome coming, but I think I can handle it because I couldn't get very many cases. And I've got Bowman Chrome coming, and again, it's a month after, so it should be fine. But I didn't get very many cases of that either, so I think I'll be okay. Those will be my two biggest times, Bowman Chrome and Topps Chrome, until Bowman Draft. When Bowman Draft comes, I'm going to need help. Yeah, that does happen too. There's some people that just don't even open the packages. like literally don't open them. I'll get a package back like a big medium flat rate box. A big medium flat rate box full of, $1,000 in breaks. And what'll happen is they didn't sign for it. And so it got shipped back to me. So I'll send them a message. I'm like, hey, and they're still joining breaks. I'm like, hey, I got this back. I shipped this to you a month ago. Oh, yeah. Oh, I must have forgot to go and sign for it. Oh, okay. I'm going to ship it to you again. Okay. Can you sign for it? Yeah, I'll get it. Jordan Betts for the Red Sox refractor auto. But, that happens a lot. Just no idea. Well, this one was a lot of cards. I don't know how she did it, but it was a lot of cards. It would have been probably 2 300 count boxes, which is why I figure it could have only gone to one person. So I'm just waiting for that one person to get back to me. I'm pretty sure it could only have gone one place, but they haven't had a chance to look. Two things get a signature from me. One, pretty much anything over 500, definitely anything over 700 gets a signature. And two, apartments. Man, apartments drive me up. I lose more packages to apartments than anything else. So apartments almost always get a signature. If you're in one $30 break, maybe I'm not sending you a signature if you didn't get anything big. But, man. And then the third thing is somebody who's had difficulty getting their packages in the past. Severino refractor. Their packages show up missing. If that happens, then you're probably going to get signature from me forever from that point on. Yeah, and I'm sure some people do that, and some people just don't. But if I lose a package, odds are it went to an apartment. Every once in a while, I'll get a new guy, and there's something wrong with every package, and I just refund them everything, and then I just ask them not to join any breaks. Because, obviously there's something wrong with their mail. But really, I think, if I tell you not to join breaks anymore, it's really not the mail that I'm worried about. No, nobody recently at all, actually. It's been quite a bit. Actually, I think the last guy I completely banned. And that was the guy... Man, that was like 2016. What the hell was his name? He's in my section. I leave his thread there because that's how mad I was about it. No, I haven't heard anything from him in a long time. He's probably in jail. Ben Groschot from Ontario. Groschot. Whatever the hell his name is. He was PJ Jones. He was joining breaks as PJ Jones. That was 5/24/2017. So that was just a year ago. That's the last time I got scammed. But but when I get scammed, I'm going to ruin your weekend. So I'm gonna ruin your weekend. So I think that probably scares people away a little bit. I mean, PJ Jones was convinced I'd never figure out who he was. He was like, he's never gonna figure me out. And next thing you know, I got pictures of him with his coworkers up on the website. Man, he still sends me messages every now and then to take it down. He's really sorry. It was all a big mistake, an accident, blah, blah, blah. He's going to pay me the money and whatever. And a name like Ben Grotshot, you think so. Dog crap. Tapia. Yeah, so 5/24/2017. He got me good though. He got me for about, I want to say $700-800, something like that. He definitely put a dent in my month. Let me see what he got me for. Oh yeah, he got me for quite a bit. 210, 350, 420, 586. He got me for about $1,000. $1,100 in 4 days. That's what he got me for. Yeah, that would hurt. Yeah, that was just for selling sealed packs on the forum. He says he wasn't selling sealed packs, that he was going to open them before he shipped them. But the thread literally says all cards will be in individually sealed packets, untouched by human hands. Severino. So I'm not sure how you open the packs up if you say that they're never going to be touched by human hands and they're going to be sealed in individual packets from the manufacturer in lots of 8 and 10 cards. That sure sounds like packs to me. Yeah, Willie V, he's still doing all that political stuff on Twitter. Carlos Rodent, red paper. Chris Bryant, black refractor. I like Wilson Valdez. Michael Geddes, Padres, right? 16 out of 200, Michael Geddes. Pretty sure he's Padres. Yeah, there's been a little bit, but not too much. A lot of basketball shit. And they're always fighting. And what's the second thing you've noticed? It needs a little bit of drama in order to be interesting. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that sucks. But don't you think it's always been like that, though? You know? I mean, I've definitely seen the same thing over the years. You know, they just move on to the next giveaway. Jason Rogers, purple paper. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Severino. I did a giveaway for a Topps backpack and a Transcendent hat on Twitter, and it was it was a promotion video or promotional giveaway, so they had to follow me on Twitter and retweet it to 3 people, right? And then I went through my retweets and pulled out a name. So Edmundo Sosa, the first name I pulled out, I recognized. I don't know if it was because on the forum or breaks or whatever. So I was like, okay, he wins the package, but he doesn't follow me. He retweeted it to 3 people, but he didn't follow me. So I don't know if he just, didn't read that far, or maybe followed me and then unfollowed me. I don't know. But, when I looked and they're not following me, so I didn't give it to him. So I went to the next name. Exact same thing. Didn't follow me. It took 3 names before I finally found somebody. Well, 4. The 4th name I picked was an account that only joined giveaways, that didn't do anything else on Twitter. So I think it was a throwaway account, so I just didn't use that one. And then the 4th account's who I ended up giving it to. But Alex Reyes, red paper. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind somebody that joins a lot of giveaways, but also use your Twitter account, at least sometimes to post something. But if all they do is retweet giveaways, then I figure it's a throwaway account or an extra account used just for that, So I don't usually let them win. It's a nice giveaway. I mean, it's a really nice backpack. I mean, it's a quality backpack, and then the hat's cool. I don't know. I wouldn't wear it, but it's still cool. Got the wood grain brim, from 87 Topps, and then the Transcendent logo. It's a cool hat. I don't know who would wear it. So I feel like it was an expensive hat that's never going to actually be a good promotional item. I mean, I think that money could have been put towards something else that would have been a much better promotional item that would have been used, Like, I think Topps should do something like, how you can get promotional tape? Do some quality tape like eBay does. eBay does promotional tape, where it says Topps or something like that on the tape when when you tape across, because we all ship packages. We either buy, sell, trade, or through eBay or forums or Twitter, or we're always shipping something, and then that gets their name on it. Or a box cutter. You don't have to be a group breaker to need a box cutter. And then a nice Sharpie, that kind of thing. I just don't see the hat being I used to wear hats, and when I used to wear hats, I wouldn't have worn this hat. It's cool in a way, but I just feel like the guy that budgeted that hat as the promotional item giveaway didn't quite get it. A promotional item is something that, it's got to be something that they're going to use that's going to promote your business, and I just don't see the hat ever happening. And if it does, it's got the Transcendent logo on it. Transcendent's a one-of logo. Sure, you use it for that product, but if you put it on a hat, nobody's going to know what it is except for the guy wearing it, and that's not a promotional logo. Yeah, penny sleeves would be good. I don't know anybody that does that, but that would be cool. If there was a company that did penny sleeve promotionals, man, I would buy them. It'd be worth it. Ozzy Albies. Every card that gets shipped out that I broke, guys don't take them out of the penny sleeve when they sell them. Yeah, the box cutter. Mine was the shot glass. But yeah, the wallet box cutter is cool. My godson has it, and he took it on the plane, went through what is the hell do you have to go through to get on the plane? Security. He went through security with it in his wallet, went through the thing, and wore it, got off the plane, came home, and then realized he had taken it on the plane. He was like, I can't believe I had this. One, yeah, TSA. He said, I had it, and then two, they didn't catch it. He was like, geez. I had two of them, but I don't know where they are now. But I personally, as a group breaker, I like these kind of box cutters. This one I got at Home Depot. Panini's given me one that has a Panini logo on it. But man, these are great. That's what I think they should do, Yeah, no, it looks like a credit card. It sure does. So just sitting in his wallet. He was like, Padrino. I'm like, what happened? I was like, you going to jail. It was like, I can't believe I flew with this. I told him he wouldn't have gotten in trouble. They'd have just confiscated it. I'm sure it happens several times a day. Somebody's got something on them that they just forgot they had. One I think probably happens a lot is those pepper spray canisters that women have, hanging off their purse like a keychain. I bet they catch those all the time. It's actually illegal to bring that in the post office. Well, it's probably illegal to bring it there too, but the airport. But I'm sure, they're not arresting everybody that comes through with one of those. A Swayhe, they probably just confiscate it and tell them, you can't get it back or anything like that. I don't drink anymore. I drank a lot after Leonise died. A lot. I was drunk every single night. And it got to the point where that's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to do anything else. So I still, drink on occasion. It's rare, but when I drink, I get drunk. I don't like drink casually. So when I drink, I have to plan for it. You know, I have to know where the kids are going to be and who they're going to be with and where I'm going to be and how I'm getting home and how I'm getting where I'm going, you know, all that. I have to plan it all. And I plan my drinking meticulously, you know. So I do drink at home, but it's not very often. And when I do, I get hammered. But when I do drink at home, I use that shot glass. Yeah. Yeah, I probably spent a year and a half just completely inebriated. I mean, it's either inebriated or hungover, you know, just a slow cycle from one to the other. So it got to be too much. I had to stop. I had to stop or give in, you know. It had to be one of those two things. And fortunately, I wasn't addicted to alcohol. It was situational, you know. It was my little girl died, and so drinking was an escape, and so that's why I drank. And then it got to the point where I wanted to drink nonstop, but when I decided to quit, it was easy. So I know I wasn't addicted, because obviously that would have been very hard. But you know, I was able to just stop. And I can drink, like, I could plan to drink this weekend and do it, and then the next day not need to drink again. Yeah, right? You know, I've cut out soda on occasions, and then it's really hard. Somebody will buy me one, and then I feel like I gotta drink it because, you know, they spent money on it, and then I'm back to drinking soda again. And then she puked in your car. Oof. So you never had alcohol ever? Why is that? Yeah, that's a good reason. Yeah. Yeah, I was just curious if it was like a religious thing or a cultural thing or a family thing or... Nice card, Devers. So one of the top three there, and then with the red and the purple, that's Alex Jackson. We hit the damn it, I can't think of his name. Hold on. The purple Arcia. This was much better case, with still hopefully another color to go. Joe Ross, purple refractor or blue refractor. We're driving down the road yesterday. Jiley's driving. She just got her permit, so you know when we're going to the shop or we're going somewhere, she'll drive. And I'm like, where's my soda? So she stops at a red light, and I get out and look, and my soda and my wallet and my phone are on top of the car. Just sitting there, hanging out, driving along. So I get out at the red light, grab them, get back in my car. I'm drinking my soda. It's just a good thing it didn't. Yeah, I was. I was like, yes. And it was still cold. We hadn't gone far. Yeah, they were just all sitting up there. Bernie Williams. So we still have 3 autos in here somewhere. Chris Bryant, black refractor. Well, what had happened, I definitely got distracted. We went to get into my car the night before. The night before we went to get groceries, and Jiley drove. So when we got home, we were unloading the car. And since I didn't drive, I didn't lock it. So during the night, we have these, I don't know what you call them, gangs, groups of people that travel around our neighborhood, and they break into unopened cars, unlocked cars. And so when we went to get in the car the next day, I opened up my car door, and my glove box was open, and the center console was open, just sitting there open. And obviously we didn't do that, so I knew that somebody had been in the car. My Oakleys, we had 3 pair of Oakleys, my Oakleys, Jiley's Oakleys, and then my spare set of Oakleys. They were still there, but I probably had $40 or so in cash in the center console, and it was all gone. But that's all they took. I mean, I don't leave anything valuable in the car, really, except for, I mean, there was obviously the Oakleys that stay in the car, and money in the center console. But other than that, you know, there's nothing in there. We don't keep a gun in the car. We don't keep, you know, phones, iPads, anything like that in the car. And there's no, the stereo system is stock, you know, it's nothing special. So, wow, they pissed in her car. That sounds personal. No, this person just went through it and took the money and, you know, disappeared. Wow. Yep, that's what they got. They didn't take the, well, there's a lot of loose change in the center console. They didn't take it all. I don't know how much they did take, but that's messed up that they pissed in her car. That sounds like somebody with a vendetta. But, you know, I blame myself. Not that I wouldn't have, you know, shot him in the face if I had caught him. But I blame myself because I left the damn thing unlocked. Yeah, I've seen them and called the police on them before. It's usually 3 or 4, sometimes 5 guys, and they travel in 2 cars. And I've seen them hitting the neighborhoods because I come home late, and when I see them, I always call the police. But we always had cameras, but my cameras don't work, and I wonder if the cameras are still up, they just don't work, and I wonder if maybe because the little light isn't on, that they knew the cameras weren't on. So I don't know. But if I had heard them, I definitely would have gone out there. But there's all kinds of raccoons and shit. So I probably, if I heard anything, that's what I probably thought it was. So I've been saying this for a year now, but I really got to get the cameras fixed. Brian's parents his dad was helping me put up shelving at my house. And the receiver, the DVD receiver, that the camera's attached to, that then displays on your screen, they dropped it. And I gotta replace it. I bought a replacement, but I don't know exactly how it'll work. But I need to do that. Yeah, well, I've got 8 cameras up, and then all the cameras go to the DVR. But I definitely need to do it. And they're awesome cameras because, they see great in the dark. Mike Napoli. The picture quality in the dark's really good. The red light cameras, red eye cameras, whatever the hell they're called. So the camera still works, technically, it's just it's not hooked up. Yeah, I've got cameras in my shop too. They still work, but the ones at the house don't. Mark Trumbo, Purple Paper. Cleaned up my pool and my pool deck to have a pool party. Ozzy Albies. And Alex Reyes, you asked for him. There he is. And it rained. So instead we went to see Purge. That's what we did on 4th of July. We went to see Purge, and then I took everybody to dinner. If you like the other Purge movies, you'd like this one. I think it was better than the last one. But the first one, of course, was still the very best one. That one was really good. Ethan Hawke. But it was good. I enjoyed it. It was worth the $8 or whatever it cost me. Well, I think it actually cost me like $90, but that's because I took everybody. Ozzy Albies. It's getting they're political anyway, but they're getting a little bit more political. There were some definite jabs at Trump. But I mean, as long as that doesn't bother you, it was a good movie. Gators are pretty bad. They don't really bother you, but I own a jet ski, and so you see them quite a bit. Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, if you go to the movie just wanting to be entertained, it's entertaining. Tie black, blue refractor, but that's it. But the first one was really good. I really liked the first one. But this one's like a prequel. You know, it's the beginning of the founding fathers of America, the new founding fathers of America. We have a guy. If I told you his username, you would recognize it. Who's produces and directs some horror movies. Horror movies you would have heard of. Horror movies that have won awards. And he joins a lot of breaks. If I told you his username, you would recognize him instantly. I don't know if he'd want me to share. That's why I'm not going to. But yeah, he's definitely movies you would recognize and know, and a username you would recognize and know. But I checked, and he didn't have anything to do with this one. I want to see The Nun. That looks stupid scary. If you like scary, though, Hereditary. There's more baseball players than you would think, but they don't want anybody to know. And there's more people that work for Tops and Upper Deck and check out my cards and Panini. Panini not as much, but Panini too, that are forum members, active forum members. But we definitely, and probably just because I do the baseball breaks, we definitely have some baseball players outside of the ones that everybody knows. You know, we have some that are undercover. We have some people that are in Congress. That don't want anybody to know. We've got more than one Hollywood director. That kind of thing. But you know, a lot of them, they just, you know, they don't want anybody to know, which I think is understandable. Yeah. A lot of them won't join my breaks because, you know, then I would know. Oh yeah, man, we got a bunch of sketch artists. And you know, they have the most trouble. Drew Ward for the Nationals. They have the most trouble getting approved because they don't fall into the pattern that I use when I approve. You know, if I approve somebody, I want to find a history of them on the internet. And I want to be able to look at that history and say, oh, they're a collector, or they're in the hobby, you know, in one way or another. And, you know, artists are really hard. They're really hard sometimes because they're not necessarily in the hobby. I mean, they are, but they aren't. And so it can be really tough to find them. Especially a lot of times they use just their name, and then their name's so common that I don't necessarily find an artist. And they get really mad. They're like, why won't you approve me? I don't know who you are. What do you mean you don't know who I am? It's like, well, I don't know who you are. Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I've only had a small amount of players join my breaks. Jose Valdez and usually they don't want anybody to know that they're a player. And not that they'd be opposed to signing autographs, you know, they for the most part they wouldn't mind at all. It's just everything else that comes with it, you know. That they just, no, I'm good. I'm good, please don't tell anyone. And then you got to respect it because, you know, not that you wouldn't just as a person, but if you don't respect it, then, you know, nobody's going to want to come here. So, yeah. Well, we do have a few. We have a few. All right, so I'm going to go. Thanks for watching the breaks. I'm going to get the videos up and the pictures up and post them in the thread. So this is what we got. Non-auto. Jose Valdez, Ty Black. Ozzy Albies, silver. Albies black. Raul Mondesi, gold mini. Chris Bryant. Joe Ross. Alex Jackson, Albies, Bryant. Daniel Robertson, Severino refractor. Albies. Matt Garza, gold paper. Bryant. Kaminsky. Jose Urena. Anthony Rizzo to 50. Chris Bryant, Albert Almora to 99, Correa red paper, David Dahl, Albies, and Jock Peterson, silver paper rookie. Our autos, Drew Ward, Alex Reyes, Corsino, Devers, Asueje, Sosa, Michael Geddes for the Padres, Jordan Betts refractor, Jorge Sosa 205. Jorge Soler 205. I just called him Sosa. I'm tired. What is it? 1:30? Not too bad. Rodin blue, Herrera refractor, Orlando Arcia, purple auto, and German. So not bad. It was a good break. Better than the first break. So not too shabby. As far as those cases go, that was pretty good. I mean, you know, red auto, even if it's a mini auto. All right. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.